There's no vision, the people perish.
Right.
All right? So we need to have vision. Just like in a company, you want your CEO to say, listen, in the next 10 years, we're still going to be around. You don't want them to say, listen, we're closing shop in 2 years. So, you know, oh well, you want them to have vision. If not, if they don't have vision, where are they going to go? All right? Mission statement examples. And you can find this on websites or, I know my website, but Nike says, it's not about just do it. Nike says what? To bring inspiration and innovation to every athlete in the world. If you have a body, you're an athlete. People thought that Nike's mission statement was just do it. No, it wasn't. And this talks about, a mission statement talks about what that company does. All right, there's certain things. As you know, Nike just doesn't make shoes. They make hats, they make clothes. And so they are talking about, they want to work with the athlete. And the athlete's what? Body. That means that they provide products for the athlete. Also, my mission statement for my consulting company is, our mission is to become a leader in small business consulting by providing our clients with business services that help them become more successful. So when people see the mission statement, I want them to know this is what the company does. All right? Now going forward, let's look at Lifespan's mission statement. Right? This is the last I put this up late last night or something like that, right? I said, since we're at Lifespan, let's look at the mission statement. The mission of Lifespan is to improve the health status of the people whom we serve in Rhode Island and Southern New England through the provision of customer-friendly, geographically accessible and high-value services. We believe that this can best be accomplished within the environment of a comprehensive, integrated academic health system. People think Lifespan is about what? Usually. Not for the Lifespan people. Don't answer this one. But when you hear Lifespan, you think of Lifespan as what? It's just what?
Hospitals.
Hospitals, right? Their mission statement says something different. It says it's a health system. It's just not about hospitals. But that's what we think Lifespan is just all about. Lifespan is just about hospitals. I was by the post office and I saw a sign that said Lifespan. I said, what is Lifespan doing by the post office? I guess there was an office that does some health services that are not done in the hospital, right? So when you have a mission statement, also it should be about what you do, and also it probably should be a little bit broad. It shouldn't just say, well, the only thing I do is I sell cars, because maybe you do something else, all right? And like Lifespan, it doesn't say anything about hospitals in here. I thought that was interesting, right? So this is what Lifespan mission statement is. If you didn't know what Lifespan employees, now you know, right? You can tell the CEO, I told you what the mission statement was. All right, your personal mission statement. This is my personal mission statement. I'm an individual that gives back to his community by helping individuals develop themselves personally and professionally. I will grow closer to God by having faith in His will to deliver. That is an example of my personal mission statement. All right? I usually tell people that mission statements probably should be one paragraph. They probably should not be, even though it could be a page, but it doesn't have to be a page. The reason why is that if we're having a conversation, right, and someone says, so what do you do? And then you talk for 20 minutes, guess what? You probably lost that person's interest. And so you want to really be clear and concise, all right? So usually we say, well, what do you do? And what is the answer we usually give people? Huh?
Our profession.
Huh?
Our profession.
Our profession, right? We really don't talk about ourselves. What do you do? I work for, Coastway. I do business lending. No, what do you do? They didn't say, what does your company do, right? So when people usually ask me, what do? I say, well, first of all, let me think about what I'm going to tell you first, because I do a lot of different things, and that's what you should be thinking about for yourself. What do you want to actually tell people about yourself? Just like these questions. You know, maybe you have a passion that you want to travel the world. And guess what? The person talking to you is the person that can unlock the travel for you. But you told them that you work for this company. They don't, you know, maybe they don't really care about your company. Maybe they have free tickets for you to travel. You know, I wouldn't travel to Europe right now. You might not be able to get back, but a mission statement is a guide to your life, all right? It's a guide. It should be a starting of a roadmap for your life. My mission statement has changed over time. It used to have, the only thing I was in there was about helping people develop their personal wealth. That was it. And then over time, I changed it. Also, it should help you develop a vision for your future, your mission. Questions, comments? Since the activity, everybody's like, what? Man, you know, this is a lot of information that I have to put together for myself. But really, we want you to look at this and say, listen, how do I make myself better? How do each day do I work on things that I think are important? Like, for instance, that question, it was like, what do you think the idea of success? Right? That's what you think success is. And there's certain things that you need to do or put around you in your life that, that you need to work on. Or like the other thing, what would your friends say about you? That's interesting, right? What would your friends say about you? Because you need to know, right? You know, if people had to say, you know, I know Junior as blah, 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 you want to know, right? Because what you're probably doing every single day, you're probably actually showing them what your passions or what the things that you like. Yeah,
and that's what I was going to say. Stephen Covey, in one of his books, he said, you know, live your life as you want people to think of you. So think of what you want people to say about you, and then try to be that person, so that, you know, then they would say that about you, as opposed to just what they're saying.
Yes. I think that's really interesting. We, in my department, there's 13 of us, and we hire. We do the hiring. Whenever we have a vacancy, we actually do group interviews. And one time we had an opening, and so a young woman came in to be interviewed. And my question to her was, if anyone was, you know, if someone was to say something about you, who would that person be and what would they say? And she said, my mother would say that I am brutally, that was the word she used, brutally independent. And so after everything was said and done, I immediately, just because of that answer, I was the one in the whole group who said I definitely would not hire her. And my boss and I went at it for maybe 3 days, and I wouldn't budge. I would not hire the girl. And I said, you know, just that one, and he kept saying, but that means nothing. And I'm like, are you kidding? Your mother, who knows you probably really well, and she would actually say that you're brutally is an extreme, and I don't like extremes, and independent. If she's brutally independent, we're a team here. We're always working together. We're always, lo and behold, make a long story short, she was hired and fired within 3 months.
Was she brutally independent?
She was brutally No, I
right? Interesting. You know, it's very, I think it's very important to ask questions like we did with the being interactive. Because sometimes when I thinking of certain things,